Hey, what's up? You're listening to Daway English Podcast. This is Intermediate English course, session number 7, past simple and continuous. So hello, welcome back to Daway again. This is the 7th lesson of your Intermediate English course, curso inglés intermedio. And today, I'm going to speak about something really important for a lot of learners, the difference between the past simple and the past continuous. Okay, when to use each of them. Okay, cuándo usar cada uno. So now I assume that you know how the past simple works. Okay, you know the affirmative. You say, I went to the cinema with the regular verbs, or you say, I played football. Yesterday I played, okay, with the regular verbs. For the negative, you say, I didn't, okay, I didn't go to the cinema, I didn't go, or I didn't play. You know, yesterday I didn't play. Actually, I didn't do anything, okay? And for the questions, we use did. The auxiliary verb is did. So, did you go to the cinema? Oh, yes, I did. Or no, I didn't. Did you see the football match? Okay. Did you see the football match? No, I didn't. Okay. So that's the past simple, right? And today we're going to look at the past continuous. It's very, very simple. What we do is, in the affirmative, we use the subject, okay, I, for example, and we use the verb to be in the past. El verbo ser o estar en pasado. So I was, and for the plural, we use you were, or they were, okay, or we were. So those are the only two forms that you've got to remember. Was and were, okay? And after the verb to be, we use the verb in the gerund. You know, the gerund, el gerundio, la famosa ing. So I was studying. Yo estaba estudiando. I was studying. Or I wasn't. You know, the negative. I was not. I wasn't studying. And for the plural, you can say they were playing cards. Estaban jugando las cartas. They were playing cards. Or they weren't playing cards. Okay? So for the affirmative, we use the subject, the verb to be in the past, and the verb in the ing form. Okay, I was doing, I was sleeping, I was blah blah blah. She was doing a course. She was doing an English course, right? For the negative, we negate the verb to be. Okay, negamos el verbo ser o estar. I wasn't. Okay, repeat after me. Wasn't. Okay, I was not. I wasn't dancing, you know, I wasn't dancing. Or I wasn't reading. And for the plural, we say were not. And this is important because the pronunciation of were not, you know, the contraction is went. Yeah, went. Yeah, that's interesting because a lot of people, you know, when we go to school, especially in Spain, when we went to school, we would be taught something like weren't. But you don't say weren't. At least you don't say weren't in British English, okay? So what you say, what native speakers say is went, okay? No hay ninguna R, went. So we were playing, estábamos jugando, we were playing, or we weren't playing, okay? So we don't say weren't. Be careful and say went. Or for example, she wasn't playing, or they weren't dancing. No estaban bailando, they weren't dancing, okay? So be careful and don't say weren't. And if you do an exam, you know, an official exam from Cambridge or Escuela de Idiomas or Trinity College, be careful because in the listening you will find went. Okay, people will say went, so you need to be ready. Okay? That's a very, very good way of improving your listening, right? Okay, so that's a negative form of the past continuous. We have I was dancing, I wasn't dancing. You were reading, you weren't reading. And now we've got the question one, the interrogative. And this is very simple. What we do is we invert the order. We put the verb to be first, then we have the subject, and then finally we've got the gerund, the ing form. So we say, I was reading, I wasn't reading, was I reading, was I reading. We invert the order. Hay una inversión. You were dancing, you weren't dancing, were you dancing? Okay, so we invert the order. Were you dancing? Okay, so it's very, very simple. Were you listening? Were you listening when I spoke? Were you listening to me? Okay. And now we've got short answers. Short answers, they're very, very simple. And when we give short responses in English, we normally use the auxiliary verb. So the auxiliary verb in this case is was or were. So we say, were you reading? ¿Estabas leyendo? Were you reading? Yes, I was. Okay. Yes, I was. Or no, I wasn't. Okay. No, I wasn't. Or for example, for the plural, you can say, were they playing tennis? Were they playing tennis? Yes, they were. Okay. Yes, they were. Or no, they weren't. Okay. No, they weren't. So this is, this is a short version. It's a contraction. So you say, you weren't. Okay. It's like, you were not dancing in the street. Blah, blah, blah. Were you dancing in the street? No, I wasn't. I was not dancing in the street. Okay. So that's a past continuous. Okay. I was dancing. I wasn't dancing. Was I dancing? You were reading, you weren't reading. Were you reading? Okay, good. So now you know the past simple and past continuous. And what you need now is to know when to use each of them. Okay, cuándo usar cada uno. So when do we use the past simple? Very, very, simple. We use the past simple, the first use, for actions or events finished, complete, closed in the past. Okay? Algo que ya está cerrado, que ya acabó. For example, you can say in 2005 I lived in Paris. Viví en París. I lived in Paris. But then after that I went back to Spain and now I'm living in Spain, right? So in 2005, I lived in Paris. It's complete. It's finished. Okay, it's something from the past. Or you can say, when I was young, or younger, because I'm already young. When I was younger, I worked as a waiter. But then I stopped and changed, right? So it's something complete in the past. And the second use of the past simple, it's a chain of events, una cadena de sucesos, a chain of events that happened one after the other, okay, in order. So for example, you can say, yesterday, this is a very common question in Cambridge exams. What did you do yesterday? Aparece mucho en los exámenes esa pregunta. What did you do yesterday? Yesterday I went home, after class, I went home. Me fui a casa, I went home. I had a shower. I watched television and later I went to bed. Okay? So it's a chain of events which happened one after the other. Okay? First, I went home. And then I had a shower, and later I watched television. Good. So that was the past simple. And now, when to use the past continuous. This is, slightly different, un poquito distinto, but it's very, very easy. The first use, we use the past continuous for something that was already happening in the background. Cuando algo ya está ocurriendo. For example, we were doing an exam, the other day we were doing an exam when suddenly a bird